Who would have thought the drowning girl you rescued by the river, a violent sick man? On the surface, he looks like a poor, abandoned cat. But in fact, he wanted to take you for himself. Not just every day after you go out. He will secretly follow. They also wear masks when necessary. Kill the opposite sex who touches you. Even wait until after you go to bed at night. He will take off the golden bell again, sneak into your bed, doing things that are full of color. Until I was about to graduate from college, you just accidentally discovered his dark attribute. As a result, the girl is holding a firewood knife. Morbid filial piety chui, don't run. You can only be my person one night. You were running at the intersection in the morning, but just after passing through an alley intersection, you are suddenly biased. Deep in the alley, there's a petite body curled up there. Out of curiosity, you politely stepped forward and asked, "Are you all right?" The classical girl trembled more and more. "The moment I saw you in Taiwan." And he froze. See the other party react violently. You take a few steps back. "Keep a safe distance from him." Then he said again, "Please rest assured. I'm not a bad person. You seem uncomfortable. I just want to help you. Maybe I feel your sincerity." The girl in the shadows rose. "Come out slowly." I saw the tattered clothes on the girl. And dirty faces. It's like an abandoned stray cat. And suddenly you feel compassion. However, the girl mistakenly thinks you are giving a different look. There was no mockery in his heart, right? Whoever meets me will feel like a beggar. Maybe I shouldn't exist in this world. Then the girl bowed her head. There was a hoarse voice in his throat. "Sorry for getting your eyes dirty. I'm leaving now." "Don't wait to finish," you said hurriedly. "Wait here for my words to fall." You just run away. And the girl watches your back as you leave. Then he closed his eyes and shook his head. "I'm so self-absorbed. How can there be light in this world? Even if there is, it will never lose to me." After 2 minutes, when you run back into the alley again, but suddenly found that there was no shadow of the girl. Then you turn your head back and forth, anxiously looking for trance. By the riverbank, you see a familiar figure. However, the next second, you hear the splash of falling water. Instantly, the plastic bag in your hand falls to the ground. Then he strode towards the river. Now, the girl who fell into the water gradually sank to the bottom of the river. Just as his consciousness gradually faded, he saw a figure emerging from the water, swimming towards itself. Isn't this the same person just now? Is he here to rescue me? How could no one care about me? But I don't know why. The first moment I saw that boy, I had the feeling that I wanted to be with him. How strange. After the emotion, the girl raised the corners of her mouth and slowly closed her eyes. And you see the dead face of the other person. I don't feel good. Then no matter 378. Just hold it in your arms. Aimed at his lips and kissed. The fairy gave the girl a mouthful of oxygen. So soft lips. I really want to stick my tongue out, right? What am I doing? We have to get ashore fast. Just like this, you took the girl's soft waist. He swam up the river. Just arrived at the riverbank, you just gulped down the fresh air. Because I took a breath on the way to the girl, even before it surfaced. I accidentally choked a mouthful of water. As a result, you are now severely deprived of oxygen. After 2.5 minutes, the girl on the side is confused. I did it with my hands on the ground. It doesn't look very strong. You don't care about shortness of breath. Said in surprise, "Is there any physical injury?" "Why did you save me?" The girl interrupted you. After losing my hair, 2 eyes staring at you. Ali was confused by the girl's question. After thinking for a long time, he slowly opened his mouth. "Maybe it's because I feel bad." "What's wrong with that?" "I'm just a speck of dust." It's the same with or without me in this world. After saying that, the girl lowered her head. Maybe it's the reason for falling into the water. His body is still moving. You'd be wrong to think so. Everyone's existence must have its own meaning. Otherwise, I wouldn't have met you tonight. A girl muttered these two words. Raise your head slightly and look straight at you. So don't give up on yourself, okay? In search of their own meaning, try to move forward. Then you smiled and stretched out your hand to the girl. And put yourself before diving. The coat he took off was handed to him. The river is cold. Put on your clothes first. The girl watched this scene quietly. The darkness in my heart suddenly, and there was a bright light coming in. Is it a little better? You look at the girl with her head buried in her arms. Inquiry. Please let me know immediately if there is any discomfort. I remember there was a hospital near here. No, I'm fine. Thank you, stammered the maiden. Can I take the liberty to ask you, why are you hiding there alone? Hear this. The girl's head is buried deeper. Apparently the other party did not want to answer this question. You're not going to force it. Just then, the girl's stomach rumbled. Suddenly he went to the suburbs for a while. His cheeks turned red involuntarily. What do you suddenly think of? Then he said firmly, I'm going to get something. Be back soon. You must stop running around. After hearing the girl's reply, you're relieved. Then he got up and headed towards the alley. The moment you get up and leave. The girl looked up at your back for a long time. Then I blushed and pulled your clothes tight. So annoyed. It didn't take long for you to run back in a hurry. Then he reached out and handed the plastic bag. But seeing, the girl tilted her head and asked in confusion, Didn't I tell you to wait for me before? Actually, I went to the supermarket to buy you some water and food. Who knew this happened? Fortunately, it wasn't picked up by anyone else. However, the next second, the girl whimpered and cried. And now you're stunned. Since you are not getting along with girls, you don't know the words in this situation. I'm sorry. Is what I bought not to your liking? I'll replace it now. No, it's not. Suddenly, the girl took your cuff with one hand and said, I cried because I was so happy. Because you are the first person to treat me well. If you don't mind, eat it. Flower fall. You take a red bean bread out of the bag and a bottle of water, hand to the girl. He carefully opened the package. Eat up. It's delicious. Eating and eating. His eyes turned red again. Why are you crying again? Don't you like red beans? That's why I cry when I'm happy. After the grunting girl drank a sip of water, the hoarseness in his throat suddenly dissipated. A tactful voice suddenly sounded. What's your name, please? My name is Cooking Girl. How about you? My name is Lin Jie. Nice name. Aren't you going home? Lin Jie laughed at herself when she heard this. How could that place be home? You frown at that. What happened? If you have any troubles, you can tell me. No need, Lin Jie refused to arrive. In his heart, he doesn't want to tell you bad things, for he does not allow what is holy to be polluted. All right, but if you sleep, don't wait for you to finish talking. Lin Jie put her body up. Instead of saying excitedly, could I stay overnight, please? In the end, you had to take the poor girl home. With the sound of a switch, the lights in the living room also turned on. With the help of light, you saw the girl covered in dust. Immediately open the door. Go take a hot shower first. After all, falling into the water and catching a cold is not good, or fear of being misunderstood. Then you explained it, don't worry. I won't do anything bad to you. If you want clothes, you can make do with my pajamas first. I'll put it in your coat basket outside the bathroom later. Well, Lin Jie blushed. the voice replied like a mosquito. Then the one in the cultivation room came to the bathroom. As the shower opens, warm water gushed out, drenched in every part of Lin Xie's body. It's totally dirty. Gradually, a beautiful face emerges. He had his eyes closed, let the water droplets flow down. Turns out it's all true. Is this God's plan? Suddenly, Ling Xiye seemed to have thought of something. Reach out and gently cover your lips. The little face turned red with a swipe. My heart is like a deer. Can't be calm for a long time. But just then, there was a knock on the bathroom door. Yeah, Lingxi also exclaimed. And he shrank back. The faces on both sides are as red as ripe apples. After a while, don't get me wrong when your voice comes from the door. I'm here to deliver the clothes. I put my pajamas in the basket. I'll go to the kitchen to cook later. So don't worry. In order to eliminate Lin Xie's concerns, you also left with a loud voice on purpose. And Lin Xie secretly opened a door crack. I didn't take a deep breath until I confirmed that you had left. But he's not afraid of anything wrong with you. Idea, I'm just worried that I'll be seen blushing. And in a little while, you've cooked up some home-cooked meals. And Lin Xie also changed her clothes and walked out of the bathroom. After seeing the other person's appearance, you are directly living. It's just like a different person from him just now. Wash Lingxi liquid, with skin as white as snow, although undernourished. His face was slightly emaciated. However, the delicate facial features are matched with a melon seed face, especially that pair of heart-rending black eye masks. It seems that there is some kind of magic that attracts women. What's wrong? Is there something on my face? Looking at your fiery eyes. The heart of the industry has long been secretly happy, but still pretended to be calm and tilted his head. Curious asked. And you're embarrassed to come back to your senses and into the cabinet next to the TV in the living room. Braised nozzle. The hairdryer is in the cabinet. Lingxie, you can blow dry your hair. Then you turn around and go to serve the meal. Thank you for cooking. I said it doesn't matter. You don't have to keep apologizing to me. With the sound of the hairdryer, you also gradually serve the meals well. And the spiritual karma that squints and enjoys, they spy on your every move. And that was it. 10 minutes later, you and Lin Xie are ready to choose at the dinner table. But Lin Xie ate very little. If you pay attention, you will find every time you move your chopsticks, he will always follow with a little bit. In his mind, he did it on purpose. Because that's where you added it. The rest of the time, Lin Xie is secretly peering at you. Every time you look up, he will pretend to eat vegetables. Avoid your gaze. When there is a collision with the dishes and chopsticks, you touched your belly contentedly. So satisfied. I've had my fill. At the same time, Lin Xie also put down the bowl and chopsticks, 2 little hands on the thigh. Sit nicely. Just as you were about to get up and clear the dishes, Lin Xie stood up first. Well, please let me do the dishes. Lin Xie said hesitantly. You were about to say no. He leans down and fetches your dishes and chopsticks. However, an amazing scene happened. Because you are too sleepy. So when he leaned over, the natural collar also falls down. A touch of spring light leaked out. Although the altitude is not very high, but it's pretty much hypoxic. The most striking thing is the topography of the mountain. Not handsome at all. Instead, it is smooth and round, rich in a different kind of beauty. This is for mountaineers. Don't talk about reaching the top. Even if you look at it, it is also an existence that can prolong life. Well, wipe the nosebleed that didn't exist on the nose. He turned his head. I don't want the other party to see me like this. Otherwise, you will definitely be regarded as a hooligan. But just then, Lindsay also asked Chui curiously, Are you not feeling well? Could it be that he has a fever due to entering the water? Saying that, he still rested his hands in front of the dining table, leaned forward slightly. It's bigger. You don't feel good. He quickly stood up from the chair with his hands waving. Linxie, don't worry about me. I just thought of happy things. I went downstairs to take out the trash. Go ahead. You pick up the garbage bag in the living room and open the door. Left home in a hurry. See this scene? Linxie covered her mouth and laughed secretly. However, what you don't know is, in fact, this is all a trap designed by him. My savior. How can I repay you? I really want to get along with you like this all the time. You can only be mine. No one wants to take you away. Linxie looked in the direction of the door. You forgot to clean up the dishes and go to wash the dishes in a while. Little do they know that a seed called sick love is deeply rooted, buried in his heart. After 10 minutes, after you throw out the trash, when I was about to take out the key to open the door was opened first. I saw Linxie standing in front of the door, smile and say welcome back. I have already smoked the medicine for cooking dishes and chopsticks. Hear this. Suddenly, an inexplicable warm current surges in your heart. We used to live alone. I didn't expect someone to be waiting for me to go home now. And then you nod your head, please. You're welcome. After all, did you save me? After you entered the door, Linxie stared at you intently. It's like I can't get enough of it. And when you hear that word, seems to have thought of something. And then you gave him a nasty look. Then sit on the sofa. I said coldly, I'm going to preach to you. Linxie, you do it first. I'm not waiting for you to finish. He sits right next to you. A nice shampoo scent, accompanied by a faint, girlish body fragrance, instantly burrowed into your nostrils. Will listen carefully to your preaching? Why does Linxie think so too? Obviously using the same shampoo as me. The shower gel is too late to think about it. You feel 2 loaves of bread coming up against your face, and it makes you pull your head back. Then he quickly opened his mouth and said that, you're getting too close. And Linxie also tilted her head. Pretend not to know how to say, it's not cooking. Do you have something to tell me? And if I sit far away, I don't hear you very well. So I have to do this. Go ahead. Linxie also put on a serious expression. Although that's true. But don't lean on me. It's dangerous. When the words fall, you take the initiative to move to a free place. Put on a serious expression, Dorian Sunset. Don't think I saved you. You feel like you owe me something. I hope you can live for yourself. Linxie repeated this sentence in a low voice. He was silent for a long time before Nuo opened his mouth. Why are you being so nice to me? Obviously, we just met. Aren't you afraid that I'm a white-eyed wolf? I heard that you smiled and touched his head. Linxie is such a cute and beautiful girl. How could he possibly be a bad person? So don't ever put yourself down again. Just then, Linxie suddenly came forward and hugged your neck. And he started howling and crying, and you faced the girl's cry. He panicked. He quickly changed his tune and apologized. Apologize. I said the wrong thing. Linxie, don't take my words to heart. I was disrupted by the girl before I finished speaking, thank you. Cooking. I already know what to do. Subsequently, Linxie put her head on your shoulder. My heart is beating faster and faster. Even the sound of breathing quickened. No matter what I do, you will understand me, right? Certainly. Anyone who needs help in the future can come to me. I will do my best. This is what you said. Go ahead. Linxie reluctantly left your arms. Then I unconsciously leaned towards your position. Cooking? So you graduated now? Or at school? I should be in school now. After a while, I will have further education at Kunshu School. Uncle Kunkun's cooking skills are really amazing. I heard about that school. Only those with good grades can get in. On the surface, Lindsay put on a look of envy. Duty has secretly moved in your direction again. And you were just about to move to the empty seat. Just found out. I have already arrived at Lindsay in the camera. Would you sit on the side, please? However, Lindsay didn't reply to your words at all. He even almost pressed his body over. And then he looks you straight in the eye. Open way cooking. Do you have a girl you are dating? Or someone you like? As soon as this sentence comes out, the whole world seems to be quiet. We can even hear each other's faint breaths. You are silent for a moment. Lindsay's heart is also tight. It's as uncomfortable as being gripped by a hand. The sick seed in my heart suddenly broke out of its shell. Could it be that he already has a girl he likes? It means he has a girlfriend. No, I will never allow this. Since God has brought you before me, we were destined to be together. You are mine. You can only be mine. The black devil of the consonants industry suddenly lost its light, like a broken doll. The smile on his face froze. And after you hear his question, falling briefly into memory, I didn't notice their expressions. I don't even know what's on his mind. And for a moment you mock yourself. How is this possible? Just an inconspicuous little character. The next second, Lindsay almost turned her face. It's in front of your nose. The two powders are all squeezed tightly. Do you mean there is no more? Lindsay is too close. You really can't stand Lindsay's eyes. He suddenly sat up from the sofa. Then he walked to his room. I'm going to find the supplies I need for sleeping. It's late after all. Rest early. Then you left in despair. I just realized the aura of Zia. It really scares you. After you leave, Lindsay lowered his head and smirked as if he was possessed. Whispering about mine, he's mine. He was there for me. However, what you don't know is, it is because of a random help from myself. Inadvertently changed the life of Lingxia. Now, you look at the quilts and pillows that have been made on the bed. He nodded in satisfaction, but just then, you hear a weird laugh behind you in a trance. The sound then turned back to look at the glass of the window. Instantly startled. I don't know when a person stood there. I saw the girl lying on the edge of the threshold. Secretly got an injection after seeing things clearly. You muttered in your heart, "Are you too tired today to have hallucinations?" Maybe you saw it and noticed it. Linxia walked in. Ask first about cooking. What are you doing? Looking for something? No, you can sleep in my bed for a while tonight. Save what Linxia heard. White face. It turns red at a speed visible to the naked eye. And then she just blinked. Hesitating. Is it too fast? Although I am an adult. But I'm not ready yet. But if the cooking wants it, you can. What are you talking about? I mean, you sleep in bed. I sleep on the sofa. After all, this room is too small. Besides, I'm a boy too. You should be wary of me too. Hearing that Lindsay was disappointed, she pouted. Is that so? In fact, you don't have to do this for cooking. I can sleep on the sofa too. No way. You sternly rejected Lindsay's proposal. How can a girl let you sleep on the sofa? Listen to me and sleep in bed. Or do you dislike where I slept? No, I didn't. Lindsay replied without thinking. Then it's settled. You took the quilt and pillow from the bed. Walked out the door. It's getting late. Go to sleep too. After saying that, you deliberately hid at the door. The next second, I suddenly turned my head. Evil laughed. If you want to scare Lindsay, remember to lock the door. Otherwise, I had no idea what I was going to do. Who knew he didn't play according to the routine at all? Sitting on the bed, He patted the empty seat beside him with his hand, looking into your eyes, full of anticipation and a hint of desire. Then briskly said yes. Oh, okay, I want to see cooking. Can you treat me? Do something interesting. Wait, that's not how the plot works, right? You hold me helplessly. However, the more Linxie talked, the more she went too far. Please be gentle when you start. I'm still low. Linxie covered her red forehead in pain, putting on a pitiful look and looking at you. Linxie, you have to know that I am an adult. If I'm the bad guy, you're in trouble. Besides, a cute girl like you, Shuyi is not a bad person. You are the best person in the world for me. Linxie immediately retorted, with tears in my eyes. He doesn't allow anyone to slander. The only holy and bright light in my heart. Not even you. Sorry for the joke. You see Linxie so serious. Don't say anything more. Then came a good night. Just left the room. Cooking if I need anything while I'm sleeping. Can I find you? Certainly. After all, you are not familiar with the environment. If you need any help. Or you can tell me if you are hungry. Well, with your permission. He looked up with a smile on his face. Good night. Linxie remembers to lock the door. Good night, cooking. The click is accompanied by the sound of the door lock. Linxie reluctantly returned to bed. In fact, he didn't lock the door at all. Just gently locked the door and opened it again. That click was just meant for you, right? This is a cooking bed. And he said something. I slowly climbed up. Even with the lights on in the bedroom, he still covers himself with the quilt. Crouched in bed, shivering. No, I don't want to go back. I didn't like it there. I don't like cooking at all. I just want to be with cooking right now. Stay together forever and fall asleep. The soft and comfortable bed is just a wall away from you. And Linxie's mind is actually the scene of meeting you. Cooking, Linxie kept saying your name in her mouth. Trying to calm myself down, but it still failed. Crash as the quilt lifts up. Linxie pressed down the bed barefoot, despite the moderate weather temperatures, but his body was like falling into an ice cave. Hair is strong, his face was also frightened. That's all? Linxie unsteadily opened the door. Went out in my pajamas. You at this moment? I fell asleep because of the twists and turns of the day. And Linxie saw you? The fear in my heart is gone. Because the person in front of him is the light he has been searching for. As long as I have you, I won't get lost again. Chuyi, you said it yourself. If I have any difficulties, I will find you. Fall? He leans down and gets into your bed. Because the sofa is too small. 07 nights can only be close to your chest. So as not to fall, but that's what he wants. Even in stiff killing, the smile on his face never faded. The next morning, a ray of sunlight shines through the glass to wake you up. Then you sit up and look out the window. Lazy said strange. Why am I so hot all over? Just as you're packing your pillows and quilts, you found a slender white hair. Could it be that I cleaned up that body for him last night? In tattered clothes, it stuck. You didn't think too much about it. You're ready to come to the bedroom door. When I twisted the doorknob, I found that the door was locked. Yeah, maybe he's sleeping. I'd better not disturb him. Let's talk about it. Linxie's clothes can definitely no longer be worn. Why don't you go downstairs and buy him one at the clothing store first? It doesn't fit. Wait until he gets up and change it to the old one. Otherwise, you always wear your pajamas. It's not good either. You went downstairs with the key, but the moment you leave, the bedroom door also opened in an instant. Linxie's head popped out from inside. Divide by, is he out? Where is he going? although Ling Qie was full of curiosity. But he still went back to the room first and folded the quilt. In fact, he just went back to his room. When it feels like you're waking up, he just left the sofa and went back to the room. After 2.5 minutes, after the house is cleaned up, Lingxi also came to the kitchen to open the refrigerator. It looks like he won't be back for a while. Why don't I make him breakfast too? By the way, I slept so peacefully last night. It must be all culinary credit. At the same time, a clothing store selling women's clothing. A clerk came up to the sales manager. Xiaoxing muttered to the manager. Are there any perverts here recently? What do you mean? Speaking of which, the clerk knocked on the manager's ear. Xiaoxing said, Manager, look at the boy behind the pillar at the door. Although he is handsome, but his behavior is so weird. Pretending to be passing by. Actually peeking inside the store. Are you saying he's a pervert? The sales manager heard that. Immediately expressed the intention to bring the person to justice. You are here waiting for me. Take me to meet him. You are still outside the door. Secretly look at the various clothes in the store. Originally, you saw women's outerwear. I want to go directly in. But when the front foot just enters the door of the store, you see the pink golden bell jar and the iron cloth shirt again. Then fell into hesitation. A boy came to buy it. Will be suspected. You can't. Go up and say it's for your friend. Shouldn't it be the next morning? A man actually fell in love with wearing it. Women's clothing and other news. Doesn't that mean your life is going to be shot here? It must not be taken as metamorphosis can happen while thinking. You feel a pat on your shoulder. Look back. I found a woman in a formal dress. I'm staring at you with a different kind of gaze. Hello? I just saw you staring at the store. Do you need to buy something? Hear this. You feel the back of your head in embarrassment. Actually, I was trying to help me run. It's my sister who bought a set of fit JK services, and I don't know his size. So I've been wandering outside thinking, the Wenyan sales manager looked you up and down. Fortunately, he did not continue to ask. He made a gesture of invitation. Maybe I can help you. Please come to the store with me. And he walks you in. What color does your sister like? Facing the inquiry of the sales manager, you pretend to be calm on the surface. In fact, my heart has begun to panic. What should I do? I have no idea. What does Lin Xie like? But in order not to be discovered by the other party, you pretended to be calm and said, he likes lighter color schemes. The news sales manager was slightly stunned. React quickly. Can you ask? What is your sister's height and shape like? Trance. You remember the pajamas on the dinner table last night? Leak incident. Suddenly your face turns red. And he sort of mumbled, that's not small. Just nutrition. Slim. It's about the height of my chin, yeah. That's it. Seems to be a sales manager. Something feels wrong. After a moment of hesitation, he stepped aside. Remove a white JK service. How about this one? Light color. And this dress fits the body well. Strips for girls to wear. You took a closer look at this dress. As expected of a sales manager, this dress really goes well with Lingxi industry. When the manager nodded, I'll take this one. Okay, I'll have someone wrap it up right away. The sales manager put on a professional smile. Then he continued to ask, do you need to buy anything else? Like boots, or something that girls need more. As soon as this sentence comes out, you look in the direction of the sales manager's finger. Suddenly I saw all kinds of things, golden bell jars of different sizes. In an instant, you coughed twice in embarrassment. I'd better wait for my sister to buy this by herself. Let's take a look at the styles of shoes. Finally, under the strong promotion of the sales manager, you bought a pair of small dark black t-shirts. The other party also specially presented a pair of white stockings. Until I send you away. The professional smile of a sales manager gradually fades away. The clerk on the side walked up to him. Manager, you are amazing. Sold 2 items in just a few words. And the sales manager? Angrily, he poked the clerk in the face. Instead, let customers buy what they like. You should put yourself in his shoes first. You girl, remember it well. Then he glances in the direction you left. That boy somehow always felt charming. But not my type. Something tells me only some special groups of people will be attracted to him. Hey manager, you can even see that. At least this girl, and somebody who used to be all-powerful in school. This is child's play. On the other hand, you just came home with your pockets. I was just about to knock on the door. The door opened from the inside. Cooking? What did you do? I woke up to find the woman was gone. Do you have any idea how worried I was about you? Then Lindsay patted her chest. Don't worry, I'm relieved. But secretly look at the dripping bag in your hand. This is for you. After you entered the house, you handed the pocket to Lin Xie. Sorry to speak. Here are the clothes and boots I bought for you. I don't know if it fits. I don't know if you like the color or not. But I guess you can't wear my clothes. Forgive me for making decisions. Suddenly Lin Xie shouted, It's enough to interrupt you. Immediately after, Lin Xie threw herself into your arms, trembling. Close your eyes and try not to cry. He choked up and said, okay? Please, just a moment. Feeling the breath of adolescence and the warmth of suburbia, immediately your heart is pounding. Lin Xie is too close. Fool, it's because I want to be close to you that I do this. But Lin Xie did not dare to say this. It's a coquettish smile. Am I too happy? I'm not that casual. But you are an exception. And by the end, his voice was getting quieter and quieter. Next second, he tiptoed towards your side willow. Then shyly take the bag in your hand. Escape to the room. Close the door and stick your back to the door. He's panting with his head down. After kissing your side face, his brain suddenly became groggy. It took a long time to gradually calm down. Then he opened the shopping bag with anticipation. Homei, this is the Lingxi liquid that Cooking bought for me. Holding a gift in the palm of my hand, the exclamation of freedom, as if this dress were a diluted treasure. And you, he looked at the closed bedrooms with a confused face. It's hard to touch the side face with your hands. Isn't expressing gratitude a verbal thank you? Could it be that Lingxie is a foreigner? Due to emotional intelligence and communication, it has always been a major shortcoming for you. You don't know the girl's love for you. I don't even know the bottom of his eyes. Comrades and madness hidden in the deepest depths. I come to my senses. You see the omelet bread on the table, and milk warmed with hot water. Suddenly a warm current flowed through my heart. Unexpectedly, the kung fu of the talent club, Lin Xie prepared breakfast for herself. And it depends on the quality of the omelet. He's a pretty good cook. Just then, the bedroom door is slowly pushed open. Lin Xie also came out wearing a white JK suit. The skirt swayed slightly with the girl's steps. Smooth white calves. Pair it with white stockings and little black leather boots. Like a jasmine bush. Dancing elf. Lively and beautiful. Looking at the girl in front of you, you're sitting at the kitchen table. A little lost focus. Does it look good? Lingxi also has her hands behind her back. Carefully glutinous. I heard you quickly put a layer of blush on your face. To keep her from seeing, I look embarrassed. You hurry up and say hello, come and eat quickly. Did you do all this? Lin-Xi also nodded excitedly. However, that surprised look on your face just now, but it was all banned by him. He expressed in his heart that it was very sold, but that's not enough. The next second, he purposely pouted. Pretend to be angry. Your butt is sitting on your lap. Too perfunctory. Suddenly you were frightened and exclaimed Lin Xie. What concoction are you making? And suddenly you feel a chill in your thigh. Like being soft and tender. It's wrapped in springy jelly. Stick tightly. Then Lin Xie raised her head. Almost put my face to the tip of your nose. Slowly open the mouth, cooking. Take a good look and see if I look good or not. Take a good look at me. I said it looks good. You are single. Where can you stand such provocation? Quickly stop the inner anxiety. Turn your head, and you see you turn your head again. Must hate me. Saying that, Lin Xie also turned her head with you. Move in direction. Every time you look away, he moves with it. The body will also move with it. This will inevitably lead to some friction between the two. Lin Xie, don't move. It seems that your body is constantly shaking. Lin Xie immediately panicked. I thought I touched your wound. Or somewhere else. Quickly put away the slapstick and want to apologize. Cooking. I'm sorry. Lin Xie seems to have seen something. He exclaimed. Hands around your neck. The smiling face reddened with visible speed. Now he completely understands why you stopped it. See each other's reactions. You suddenly feel bad. Broken, my doubt is wise. Immediately after, you quickly change the subject and eat breakfast quickly. Wait, it's cold, that's it. You both eat breakfast awkwardly with your heads down. After eating, you swallowed. Stand up. He brought the dishes to the dishwasher and washed the dishes. And the consonants leaf on the side raised its head slightly, sneaking at you from the corner of my eye, watching your every move. He looks at the side of your face doing the dishes. I can't help but remember the embarrassment of the fight just now. Then head down. Can't you imagine? Chu Yi's gentle side is so majestic behind it. Ah, what? Lin Xie, are you calling me? You vaguely hear Lin Xie's voice. I didn't hear it clearly because of the washing of dishes. Nothing. He shook his head. Two small hands are neatly placed on the thighs. After a while, you wipe your watery hands. Came to Lin Xie. What's the matter? Is there something you want to tell me? I heard that Lin Xie raised his head, fingers going back and forth. Seems to be torn. Chu Yi Lin Xie just wanted to say something, but the words stopped again. Now his heart is torn. What do you do? According to the development, I should leave this place. But I can't leave him. Seeing each other seems to have a mind. I got close to my body in exchange for my eyes, because Ling Xi also buried his head. His long black hair covered the side of his face. The hair on the forehead also covers the eyes. Can't see his expression. No, I can't leave him. Shu Yi is exclusive to me. No one wants to take it away. Lin Xie clenched her fists on her knees. His body trembled slightly. The two black eyes became deep. Forever, we will be together forever, so no one can control me. In Lin Xie's heart, when the black air in the depths is about to spread throughout the body, you crouch down, looking at the girl's face from below. Asked Lin Xie with concern. Are you all right? I see you don't look very good. Nothing. Lin Xie's fist gradually loosened. The whole atmosphere is also slightly eased. After a long time, he just looked you in the eye and said, cooking. If it's okay. Can I see you again? Are you going home? No, that place is not home. Lin Xie suddenly said it out of excitement. When you realize you're still looking at yourself. He controlled his emotions again. Slowly said that my situation has some special, may have to go back to deal with things later. But soon I will be back soon. Lindsay seems to be afraid that you will disappear. I quickly grabbed your right hand. So after I came back, can I still stay with you? Of course there is no problem. It's nothing more than an extra pair of chopsticks. Just my place. Living conditions may not matter. I don't mind. He looked at the consonants print that was almost sticking his face on it. He quickly got up and took a few steps back. Then no problem. Lindsay, you can come back anytime you want. I will always live here. Sure enough, I knew it must be God's plan. We were meant to be together. Thinking of me, Lindsay suddenly came forward and hugged you and whispered cooking in your ear. I'll be back soon. Wait for me. I don't know why you always feel like something is going to happen. Then he asked worriedly if he needed my help. No need, don't let the filth dirty you. Just leave it to me. Go ahead. Lindsay reluctantly left your arms. Well, all right. However, when you vaguely feel the other person hugging you, as if something sharp was pointed at him. It must be an illusion. You muttered in your heart. Then I'm leaving. Then Lindsay lowered her head and prepared to leave. Wait for you to come into the living room. A painting of a middle-scoring teenager playing basketball on the wall. Here it is. Immediately after, I took out an envelope at the back of the painting. I took a few banknotes and gave them to Lindsay. This is the cash I saved part-time this month. Haven't had time to save yet. I'll give you some money first. Buy whatever you need. Don't be polite to me. Lindsay took the cash from you. He nodded and said, I'll be back as soon as possible. Don't forget me. How can you pay attention to safety on the road? After watching the girl leave, you go back to the table, started packing up the chairs. The thought of myself returning to the bottleneck of life alone. You who have never felt. There was a sense of closure. The two of you are also very good. Speaking of which, school is coming up. I have to go to the school to report then. I have to go part-time again tonight, just as you are feeling. But didn't find. A fruit knife in the kitchen has disappeared. After packing, you're going to go back to your room and take a nap. But the smell of Lingxi liquid still lingered on the bed. It reminds you of his face. It's really beautiful. But how did he end up there? Do you really need my help? 2.5 hours later. At this moment, in an upscale neighborhood not far from the city center. One with black. The girl in the cloak was anxious. I don't know what cooking is doing now. It's so troublesome. Can they get back quickly? Lindsay wears black clothes and black pants, sitting on a leather sofa, looking at the constantly shaking capture on the wall, like an apostle coming out of the abyss. He was wearing a white JK suit in the morning. Just like two people. Ding-ling-ling followed the sound of an electronic case. The security door also opened. Immediately after, a sharp and shrill voice spoke first. Finally home? I bought a few more limited edition bags today. At future parties, you can show off to those rich wives again. Your bag is so beautiful. You are so beautiful. Another slightly younger voice also sounded. Go and turn on the lights. It's been 2 days since today. That can't really die on the street, right? Who cares if he's dead? Every time I see him, I feel bad luck. Tired and sloppy. I feel sick even when I look dirty. Come on, one with a ponytail. A plain-looking girl. Turned on the light bulb switch in the living room. The room suddenly lit up. Then the bloated one. Greasy but golden. The woman covered in gold said again, yes. I don't know what your dad thinks, since they have chosen to join our family and bring this unfortunate thing. I'd say he deserves to die with his mother. However, before the lady finishes speaking, he heard his own daughter's screams. What's wrong, daughter? The lady walked towards the living room in a panic. I saw a man in black wearing a cloak. Sitting on the sofa, staring at myself. Who are you? Why is it in our house? Lingxie also smiled contemptuously, removed the cloak from his head. Squinting at the mother and son, say what coldly? You don't know me if you change your parents. It's you, but the lady has just finished speaking. And he slapped his daughter. Lingxie, don't stop soon. The robust rich man hurried forward. The daughter, who was beaten and disoriented, pulled it back, then one finger pointed at Lingxie, angrily said that you eat and live in our house. It turned out to be the opposite, but don't wait to finish. Next second, Lingxie took out a fruit knife out of nowhere. Step by step towards each other. How dare you say it? Treat me like a dog. Let me live in a gas house full of mold, eating moldy, stinky bread. Even in the end, my life will be taken away. This is what you call treating me well. Who called you the least popular person in our family? Should be firmly trampled under my feet. I should have left you on the street in the first place. Divided by wild dogs. The rich man's daughter doesn't seem to be able to see the situation, still stimulating Lingxie liquid. I saw a flash of knife light. The fruit knife is directly inserted away from the rich man's daughter, a foot behind the wall. Seeing this, the rich man was immediately frightened and fainted. Don't kill me! His daughter, seeing that Lingxie was not afraid and angry, he was so frightened that he sat on the ground. A fishy stench emanated from the floor. Wasn't there quite a pair before? Does it look high up? Why are you crawling like this now? Lingxie pulls a fruit knife from the wall. Taken back in my arms, a slap to the one who used to. Those who always bully themselves. In the past, he couldn't find the meaning of life. Even if you are trampled on, you will not struggle. But now I have you. He decided to stop being decadent. You are the only meaning of his existence. Now, the rich man's daughter looked half scared and half stupid. There is a pool of water stains spreading under his body. Lingxie patted the other party's face with the back of the knife, saying the most terrifying words in the simplest tone. Don't disturb my life from now on. Otherwise, I don't mind if your head is elsewhere. When the words fell, Lingxie picked up a card on the table. Ready to leave. And this card is what he came back for. But just then, a man suddenly appeared in front of the door. Exclaimed what happened. When he saw the scene in front of him, he suddenly became violent. Random. I looked at my unconscious wife and was terrified. Incontinent daughter. Instantly angry Lingxie, what are you doing? Even if you don't go home, you have no respect. I shouldn't have raised you in the first place. I heard the man in front of me say bad things. Lingxie fell into a short memory. The source was his biological father, Lin Wu Wei, just like the name. Shortly after his wife passed away, he relies on his decent looks. Enlisted into a slightly powerful family. Perhaps he feels guilty about his royal wife. Lingxie was also forced to be brought here. However, when this mother and daughter did evil to Lingxie, although he knows, but he didn't care at all. In the end, he blamed everything on Lingxie. It's as if he wasn't his own daughter. I come to my senses. Lingxie looked at Lin Wuming coldly, and taunted that they were just to blame. Where were you when I was bullied by them? Mother, he's so blind to see a guy like you. Hear this. Lin Wuneng raised his big hand and wanted to slap it again. You shut up. When is it my turn for you to evaluate? You're just a foreigner who doesn't know how to finish. Lingxie held his hand powerfully. Immediately, Lin Wuwei froze in place. He could never have imagined it. An upright man. I can't break my daughter. Don't interfere in my life from now on. This is a warning. Fall. Lingxie threw the other party's hand to the side. Then he put on his cloak and left quietly. And Lin Wuwei can only watch the back of his daughter leaving. clenched fists. "What are you still doing? Hurry up and help me up." Suddenly, a word in the room woke him up. Look back. I found out that the woman woke up at some point. Immediately after, Lin Wuwei quickly smiled. "Put your bloated temperament. Get up." The next second, a slap sounded. Suddenly, a slap print appeared on Lin Wuwei's face. "But he has the voice over him. Just keep your head down and pretend to be dumb. I told you that was a liability. I should have sold him abroad in the first place. Now the wings are hard and the sky is turned upside down. I must avenge this revenge. Wife, calm down. Hurry up and call a private doctor. Let's see how our daughter is doing. In case he has 3 long and 2 short. And you're screwed. Hey, okay. I'll call right now." The other side, Lin Xie walks in the cold wind of Lin Li. Even though his hands were red from the cold. But the card in his hand is still clenched tightly. It's him. The snow that my mother secretly kept before she died. When Mrs. Lin was alive, I always warned Lin Xie to stay away from Lin Incompetent. What? Don't give him the money. And he said he would run away after he died. At that time, what Lin Xie heard was in the clouds. The humiliation I have faced over the years, he has become insensitive. This is the history of jumping into the river. But just because of your warm words, everything has changed. I miss you so much in cooking. Lin Xie is still holding it in his mouth. Your face comes to mind. The pace under my feet can't help but speed up. And in a brightly lit bar, you in service attire. It seems that I heard someone ask my waiter to pay the bill. I saw a beautifully dressed urban beauty, drunk and waving to you. So you trotted up to the woman. Then I pulled out a bill and handed it to you. Hello? A total of $18.88 were spent tonight. Please send one to the front desk for me. The woman gave you a disdainful look, but after seeing it clearly, I was slightly stunned. Maybe it's your good looks. In an instant, he changed his tone. Is the little brother handsome? Sister, I'm a little dizzy from drinking. Would you like to help me go to the front desk to settle the bill? Then take me home in person. Hear these beautiful words. Suddenly you have a cold war. Then he refused to say sorry, ma'am. I still have work to do. Just go and pay for it yourself. No, just a waiter. What's there to be angry about? I've seen a lot of people like you. Isn't it just money? How about $5,000 a night? In the face of such an insult, although you want to clench your fists and teach each other a lesson, but you don't want to lose your job in vain. I'm sorry, I'm not what you think. Flower fall, you're ready to leave without even looking at the other person. Isn't it because you think there is less money? I'll add another $5,000 to you. At this moment, a shout interrupted the woman's momentum. This lady, please respect yourself. If you offend our waiter like this again, I will inform the FBL hunter when I see the comer later. A few words in my mouth. He quickly left with his bag. Are you all right? Did he scare you? No, Sister Yan. Thanks a lot. What's so polite about that? I'm your senior. Naturally, take good care of you. I heard that your heart is inadvertently warm. Every time I run into trouble. Liu Ruyan can always settle it immediately, but you always feel that something is wrong. His behavior, it's not as simple as a waiter. Just when you're lost, Ruyan Liu suddenly came close to you. Suddenly, you are taken aback. Hey, what are you thinking? So painful. Nothing. Just a little curious, Sister Yan. Why are you being so nice to me? Idiot Ruyan Liu whispered. Then he asked, because I'm a senior? It is normal for you to take care of the younger generation. Thank you, Sister Yan. I said, don't be so polite to me in the future. Otherwise, I'm going to be angry. Liu Ruyan crossed her waist, pretending to be angry and saying, Oh, I see. See you hesitating. Suddenly, Ruyan Liu's pretty face turned slightly red. I said it quickly. That's more or less the same. It's almost time to get off work. You go home first. Isn't school going to start soon? Yes, then please say this. But looking into each other's eyes, all of a sudden he took back the words that hit his mouth. Goodbye, Sister Yan. I'm off work now. Bye-bye. Pay attention to safety on the road. Then you turn around and walk towards the staff locker room. However, what you don't know is, Ruyan Liu, I'm staring at you with a different look. Today's Chu Yijun is still so tempting. Why is progress so slow? Obviously, I am so dominant. Move to say, it seems that some coercive measures must be taken. Soon you come to your locker. Put away employees' clothes. Suddenly, a middle-aged man with a first mate pooping walked in. I have worked hard for you on today's salary. Looking at the 3 banknotes handed over by Manager Liu, you smiled and took it. Then say goodbye politely to each other. But you just left, Manager Liu cried softly. He took a silk scarf from his pocket. I wiped the sweat from my forehead. Finally gone. I don't know what the lady thinks. Although this kid is quite handsome. But a better son than him? Aren't they everywhere? Miss Tian took a fancy to him, Manager Liu muttered in annoyance. One sighed, helplessly put the key in the lock of your locker. After a heavy sigh in my heart. So he goes outside. But it didn't take long. A beautiful figure rushed in. Hey, Chu Yijun doesn't seem to have brought it back to wash today. Then I won't be polite, Ruyan Liu chuckled. Then I opened your locker, except for a folded laundry set. And a deodorant freshener. Well, Hu Yijun, can't you leave something else in the closet? Ruyan Liu pouted and said discontentedly. Despite this, he still put your coat on. It was carefully taken out. Then he looked like a treasure. Bury your face in. Next second, there were bursts of rapid breathing in the locker room. The taste of Chu Yijun, still so refreshing. That feeling of blood, I can't stand it anymore. The other side, you packed a malatang on the way. I also specially made an extra serving of rice. I don't know why. In your mind, suddenly remembered Lin Xi's appearance. Will he be back tonight? However, what you don't know is, Lin Xie is already waiting for you at your door. Just about an hour ago. He knocked on your door with anticipation. But what came was no movement for a long time. From that moment on, he went into cardiac arrest. It's like a diluted treasure that suddenly disappears. No, Cooking Ling Ling said she would wait for me to come back. He promised me. Lin Xie kept comforting herself in her mind. But the intersection of the earth's heart forced him to knock again. Bang, 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 but still the season of death. No, it's impossible. He must be asleep. I'll tell him to open the door. It must be so. Dong, 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 this Lingxi knight finally couldn't stand it anymore. The knocking on the door got louder and louder, while still calling your name outside the door. But still, the same result. Finally, he put his head against the door, like a zombie walking dead. His eyes also lost their expression in an instant. Idea, why don't you open the door? Could it be that there is something shady in the room? Or someone you can't see? The piece of paper I secretly put in the crack of the door, but it fell into a hole. Is it to steal my heart while I'm no longer sneaking out? Obviously having me is enough. From the moment I met you, you are the only thing that belongs to me. So don't have any indiscriminate thoughts. After all, I still want to spend more time in the same room with you. Thinking of me, Lin Xie has gone completely crazy. His hand slowly reached for a black plastic bag. Seems to be looking for something waiting for me. Chu Yi, I'm coming to find you now. At the same time, with the prompt tone of the elevator arriving at the floor. You also walked out of the elevator for the malatang in your hand. Just as you are about to walk to your doorstep, suddenly I saw a figure lying at his door. Due to the lower sound, the detection of the sound control light is not triggered. Look around, It's a dark shadow lying in front of the door. I don't know what I'm doing. You were too scared to come out. The sound of walking also hurriedly hid. As distance approaches, you vaguely hear the image of the person in the property is saying no. I'm looking for words like you. Hello, are you crying at the wrong door? I live alone in this place. After confirming the people lying at their door, you asked softly. Maybe the sound is too low. The sound control light is still not on, but after you say that, the black leaves that were triggered came to an abrupt end. Then a strong line of sight shoots towards you. Suddenly, you instinctively shivered. Why doesn't this person speak? Could it be that there is really something tricky? Wait, these eyes are sensitive to the leaf's cooking skills. Almost simultaneously, you call each other by name. With the sound control light also came on. How long have you been waiting? Don't wait to finish. Linxie threw herself into your arms and cried. Are you going somewhere? I'm so afraid you don't want me anymore. Linxie, don't cry. I forgot to tell you I'm going to work part-time at the store tonight. Come back late. I didn't expect you to come back so soon. Sorry. Linxie put her hands on your chest and smoked for a long time. See each other's emotions gradually stabilize. You take out the key and prepare to open the door. Go in first, but my eyes saw the black plastic bag by the door. Do you think it's Linxie? Daily necessities brought back from the outside. The moment he wanted to pick it up was snatched by the other party. It's okay, I'll just mention these. Don't you still want to open the door for cooking? That won't make it. All right, and you opened the door without thinking. Went in first. See, you don't have too much suspicion. Linxie industry clarity, in one breath, followed into the room with a black plastic bag. Is there any place in the chef's house? You can put things. There are some of my daily necessities in this bag. Yes, there is a very small worker next to my room. The room is generally not used much. Consonants, you can put things in it temporarily. I know cooking, then I'll go put something away first. Flowers fall and Linxie carries a black plastic bag. Walk towards the tool room. But the corner of my eye always pays attention to your comfort until I saw you working in the kitchen. You're relieved. Go. Come directly to eat later. Soon you will fill the malatang and pour it into the basin. And brought it to the table. Immediately, a spicy fragrance hit my face. By the way, I don't know if he eats spicy food or not. Do you want to take a bowl of cold-boiled water alone? Let him go to spicy oil. What's the matter? Who is Chuyi thinking about? While whispering, Linxie's voice suddenly came from behind. I was just thinking of you. You're in the middle of saying something and suddenly you react. Then he turned around and said nervously, Dorian Sunset. When did you come here? Why are there no footsteps at all? However, he did not answer your question, but smiling with love with both eyes. Miss me, what is Chuyi thinking of me? Is it malatang? You point to the malatang on the table. He raised the cold white evening road in his hand again. I didn't know you don't eat spicy food, so I prepared white water for you to rinse. Is that so? I can do it. Basically, no picky eaters. Thanks anyway. Finish. He took the china bowl from your hand and placed it on the table. Then before you react, pull you next to him and sit side by side. So you eat and talk. Linxie, are you done? Is there anything I can help you with? And Linxie took a small bite of rice. Smiling at you, even if he doesn't eat vegetables in his heart. Just looking at you, can you order a bowl of white rice? Consonance is at your third call. He finally came to his senses. What happened? Cooking? What did you just say? You too, at least eat some food. Saying that, you take out a pair of disposable chopsticks, lots of beef and lettuce leaves. Put it in the bowl of Linxie industry. Then he repeated the question just now. Thank you for cooking. I'm done with my business. but it may cause you a lot of trouble in the future. Lin Xie looks at the disposable chopsticks in your hand. He pouted, dissatisfied and complaining in my heart. Yes, why bother? Use your own chopsticks to pick up vegetables for me. Maybe it will be more delicious. It doesn't matter. Please take care of me in the future. Well, I'll take good care of your cooking. After eating, Lin Xie suddenly remembered some cooking skills. Did you go to work tonight? Are you tired? Fine. I found this job on my way home. A bartender? The salary is quite high. Plus being close to home. I chose this part-time job. Bartender. Lin Xie nodded thoughtfully. A little unhappy in my heart. The next second, he suddenly leans in front of you. Ask carefully about cooking. Can you quit your job? I have a lot of savings in my card. I can give it to you, as long as you promise me. Just don't go to that kind of windy place. Saying that, Lin Xie put the card in his arms. Hands out. Robust, you smile. Then he pushed his card back and knocked him on the head with his index knuckle. We've only known each other for a few days. Just trust me unconditionally. You have to be careful when you go out, you know? Lin Xie, you are so frank. It can be used by bad guys, and he's squinting. He lowered his head and shook his head. Except for you. You are special. Looking at Lin Xie's fiery eyes. Hurry up and change the topic, Lin Xie. You'd better keep the card first. I still have to do the work. But I promise, you won't go after I go to school. School, Lin Xie. I suddenly remembered what you said before, that you were going to start school. In the end, I can only compromise and nod. Okay, cooking, do you find me annoying? I clearly live in your house and still want to control you. How come? Does this mean that Lin Xie cares about me very much? Friends understand each other. Look out for each other. Friends? Although Lin Xie was slightly disappointed after listening to it, but still nodded. Notice that Lin Xie suddenly took your hand, tightly clenched in the palm of your hand, now that we are friends. Can you change the name? You want to pull your hand out, but no matter how hard you try, you still don't move. In the end, you can only choose to give up. That night, what do you want me to call you? See, you didn't refuse. His heart started to get excited. Then put your hand in his face. He tilted his head and smiled. May I call you Auntie? Auntie, it's not impossible. Looking at Lin Xie's shy and lovely appearance, he turned his head and scratched his cheek with his other hand. So what should I call you? Call me Xian or Xiaoxi. Xiaoxi, I understand. Saying that, you took advantage of this gap to pull your hand out. Then look at the clock on the wall. That's right. Lingxi Xiaoxi. Look at you. Are there any daily necessities you need? We'll go downstairs and buy some in the supermarket later. Okay. I'll get ready. Hualua Lingxi also clapped her little hands excitedly. Into the bedroom. In his opinion, today is a breakthrough day. Besides, this is the first sweet date with you. Of course he had to prepare well. Half an hour later, you come to a clothing store. Lin Xie holding clothes. Step by step into the locker room. And you are sitting on a break, bored and brushing your hands. Jika suddenly opened the door of the locker room quietly. Then a head popped out. Shake left and right, look around. See no power supply. When he found Lin Xie, he whispered, Ayi. What's wrong with Xiaoxi? You get up and you walk up to him. But he was suddenly dragged into the locker room, with the door locked. You see the rolling peaks. Immediately you covered your eyes, sorry. I didn't mean to. Next second, Lin Xie reached out and pressed your mouth. And then the anemia starts all over you. It's not good if someone sees it. Promise you are the only person I trust. I can only ask you, and I just feel the jelly-like touch from my body. And suddenly you look up at the ceiling. This is to suppress the restlessness. I see. Xiaoxi, what do you need me to do? I want my aunt to help me tie the bag. Shoe bags? Not thin. Maybe it's because of my recent nutritional growth. I used to be able to do it alone, but something unexpected happened today. So I can only ask you. And he grabs your hands. Guiding you is not the right path. Ai, don't you put your head down? It will be invisible. You will see if you do this. Don't worry. It doesn't matter. In the end, you really can't help it. Just close your eyes. Began to grope for the secrets of the golden bell jar alone. Since this is the first time learning the unfamiliar, you often make unnecessary mistakes. And Lingxi also buries her head on your shoulder. His ears are already red and hot. Just like this, the thump of the 2 heartbeats. Like an elegant tune. With your unremitting efforts. Finally completed the cultivation of the golden bell jar. Then take off your coat. On Linxie's fair shoulders. Whispered, I'm going out first. Xiaoxi, don't catch a cold. So you take advantage of the door, and there is no movement. Quickly twist the door handle probe to observe. Sideways and softly closes the door. A set of flowing movements. Left the locker room, and Lin Ziye took off your coat. Bury your head in. He twisted his body like a ribbon. Hey, Yi's breath is his favorite. The other side, a well-dressed girl came to the mall. Behind him, followed by a tall and powerful man in black sunglasses. Miss, just tell us what you want to buy. General Merchandise Building. It's dangerous. I said you don't need to follow me. I just want to buy myself something I want. Ruyan Lu stuck her small waist in a delicate manner, said angrily. He was supposed to sneak out today. I want to buy some gadgets that can enhance my relationship with you. But he was discovered by the bodyguard as soon as he left the house. In the end, it can only evolve into under the protection of bodyguards. Come to shop. Sorry, miss. That's what we do. Facing the tall bodyguard standing in front of him. Ruyan Lu could only be incompetent and furious. After all, he only takes orders from his father. Suddenly, Ruyan Lu looked around and picked out a women's clothing store. Suddenly there is a way. This lady is going to buy some privacy clothes. Presumably, Uncle Bodyguard, you know what to see, what not to see. I can't guarantee it. I will whisper something to my father. The bodyguard Wenyan was silent for a long time. I just said I understand. I will wait for the lady at the exit of this floor. I hope you can keep your word, miss. Don't worry, after seeing the bodyguard leave. Ruyan Liu finally sighed. Just as he was about to go to the store, but accidentally found someone resting on a bench in the store. Then his pupils constricted. The corners of the mouth outline a smile, Hello, Cooking. I didn't expect to meet you in this place. We are really destined. The moment you look back to confirm your fate, your eyes are open. Sister Diane, why are you here? Are you here to buy something? Certainly. I want to buy something for a friend of mine. Oh, I'm sure he'll like it. Of course. And you looked at Ruyan Lu with a deep smile. It's kind of creepy. I don't know if it was an illusion or something. I always feel that Liu Ruyan's eyes, full of lust and aggression. Oh, Cooking. Why are you here? I'm here with my friend to do some shopping. Yes, editor. About the part-time job, I know it's about to start school. Don't worry, I'll tell the manager. All right. Count Sister Yan. Didn't I say? Suddenly, Ruyan Lu's face came closer. I almost didn't startle you. Chui, don't be polite to me. We are friends. I don't want you to be so unfamiliar with me. Sorry, Sister Yan. You are leaning back slightly. I want to keep my distance from Liu Ruyan, but I didn't expect him to bow down. Chuyi, there seems to be something on your clothes. As you get closer, suddenly a hand was placed on Ruyanlu's shoulder. Push her away vigorously. Ruyanlu's figure swayed. Beautiful brocade. Who is slightly displeased on the face? Who interfered with my good deeds? Ruyanlu glared at her. I found a girl who was even more beautiful than me. Holding your hand, also looking at myself, but in his eyes, like a bottomless abyss. Who are you? Lin Xie holds your hand tightly. Stand in front of you, like a nurse lioness. Ruyanlu was startled by Lin Xie's eyes. It feels like a sharp blade is being held to the neck. But when you see Lin Xie holding your hand, pupils constricted, then immediately pointed at Lin Xie. Let go of my hand, and Lin Xie snorted softly, looking at the eager Liu with light inner eyes. Ruyan was just changing clothes. His heart seemed to be suppressed by something. I can't breathe? Sure enough. As soon as you go out, you will find my aunt is being picked on by a vixen. Fortunately, I came early. Otherwise, my aunt will not be clean. However, in the face of Liu Ruyan's threat, Lin Xie's suburbs trembled, instantly transformed into a frightened fawn. Hide behind you. The head sticking out trembled slightly to Auntie. Who is this guy? So scary. Liu Ruyan is easily shocked when she sees it, by virtue of the contact with you these days. You are a very principled person. To allow a girl do such an intimate gesture, isn't that an eye? The relationship between this woman and you was not easy. Suddenly, Ruyanlu had a disappointed expression on her face. Why is Chu Yijun so ruthless? Obviously, people met you first. I'm not as good looking as this woman. Or is his background better than mine? Chu Yijun, you are talking. Ruyanlu originally met you. The excitement instantly fell to the bottom. My seat was originally mine. It's me who can stay by Chu Yijun's side. You are the outsider. Although Liu Ruyan, the anger in my heart is almost about to vent. But considering that you are still there, he had to calm down and say, Chuya. Who is this sister? How come I never heard you mention it? Wenyan, you are slightly stunned. Just as he was about to speak, he was interrupted by Ling Xie. Hello, sister. I'm Lin Xie, the sister of my aunt and brother. I don't know what you call my sister. You and Ruyanlu's colleagues feel different. When did I have a sister? Creek, did you always think of me as your brother? You are the sister of cooking, but your name is a distant relative. I'm here to play with my brother. Are you right? Aunt brother. Lin Xie tilted her head and looked at you playfully. Looking at the other party's eyes, he blinked slightly. And suddenly you say, Brooke. He comes to play with me when he has nothing to do. Are you here to bring him to buy some clothes today? Haha, what a test. Ruyanlu kept her hands on her chin. His face was full of luck, but his eyes are still fixed on Lingxi behind you. Hello, Sister Yesia. I'm Chuyi's good friend, Ruyanlu. I met your brother a long time ago. Seeing how close you are to Chuyi's siblings, it's enviable. Ruyanlu also deliberately carried an emphasized odor. Hello, Sister Diane. My name is Aunt and Brother. Thanks to your care these days. My brother always reminds you in my ear. The eyes at Lin Xie's feet flashed. Stretched out my hands and hugged you from behind. During the period, he also rubbed his head against your back. You say yes. Brother Ai smiled awkwardly when he heard the words. You can't figure it out. The original introverted spirit industry. It's surprisingly lively today. And he hugged it a little too tightly. Even the kidneys are about to be squeezed out. However, what you don't know is seemingly calm sea. In fact, the bottom of the sea has already blown into whirlpools. You are so cute tonight, sister. Sister, can I make a friend with you? Okay. Newcomer? To meet someone as friendly as my sister, I'm so lucky. Lin Xie walked out from behind Chu Yi. The two soon stood face to face. And they reach out and they squeeze. It hasn't been released for a long time. Both squinted and smiled. But if you look closely, you will find that their tiger's mouth is constantly shaking. But in your opinion, I thought it was a good relationship between girls. The two people who originally saw the crossbow instantly became good friends, even whispered immediately. And then you're like, that's great. Then I saw two people looking at you. Said, let's go for a walk. Don't follow me. Watching the two leave well, it looks like you are sighing sincerely again. Girls have a good relationship, but I don't know why. When you just heard Lin Xi's mouth, when you say the word sister, it feels like something is holding onto my heart. You looked at his back and sighed slightly. Sister. Then sister. Outside the building, a cold wind blew on Liu Ruyan's face. You are not Chu Yijun's sister, are you? It depends on my sister's own understanding. I think it is what auntie belongs to. But sister, you can definitely only be an outsider. Lin Xie stared at Ruyan Liu's back. He didn't expect to spend a few days with you. This is what happened. It seems that I will have to be more cautious in the future. It's not certain who the final winner will be. From the day I met Chu Yijun, he was destined to be with me. Ruyan Liu, not to be outdone, shot back. I advise you to get rid of bad thoughts. What will happen in the end? I can't guarantee it. Lin Xie Wenyan smiled gently, then slowly walked to the front of the rival. Said sister leisurely, have you ever tasted the sweetest food in the world? What do you mean? It means nothing. I just tasted it. Finish. Lin Xie stuck out her tongue and licked her lips. Looking at Liu Ruyan like chicken powder. That smell is the best in the world. When I took my first bite, after all, I won't give up. He is my daughter, Ruyan Liu, with her hands clenched into fists. The nails are firmly embedded in the flesh. The tone is gradually going crazy. How dare you? He's a baby I can't bear to touch. Are you afraid to die? Lin Xie's eyes are deep. Press Liu Ruyan. As he took each step forward, Ruyan Liu took a step back in fear for auntie. I can do anything. Whatever. Even if I die, I will not hesitate. He was made for me. Nothing can divide us. If you still pester my aunt, I will make your life worse than death. However, Ruyan Liu's will was not defeated. But the confidence is obviously much less. Do you think I'm afraid? But in terms of strength, I can completely crush. Don't wait to finish. Ling Xi is almost crazy, with the laughter of a saint, like a broken doll. So what if you have the strength? No matter the outcome, auntie will always be with me. Dead or alive, he will be with me. Are you crazy? Your love will suffocate cooking. I would suffocate without him. He is my forever. Forever I die. He will definitely be by my side. Lin Xie grabbed her head. Keep your eyes open. Ruyan Liu was so scared that she fell to the ground. Sobbing with fear. You are the devil. I don't want it at this time. Make a bad impression on your aunt, if you are interfering with our lives. I will come to you without mercy. Goodbye, Liu Ruyan finished speaking. Lin Xie instantly became the first. Cute and innocent. I patted my head and smiled at each other. He turned around and left the house. Wait for me. Lin Xie, wait for me. I won't give up. Ruyan Liu gritted her teeth and looked at Lin Xi's back. The confrontation just now made him lose face. But at the same time, I also became curious about the origin of this sister. Lin Xie, what exactly did he experience? Why doesn't he care about anything? Miss, if you do this again right now... The bodyguard in black brought Liu Ruyan back to her senses. I'm fine, let's go. Saying that, he patted his dusty clothes. Left Hoo-Hoo without looking back. Guess who I am? Your eyes are suddenly covered. Then a clear sound sounded from the stream. You are back. Sister, he left first. Xiaoxi, let's go back. You look at the reflective tiles on the ground and say, I don't know why. Your heart, like a ball, as irritable as intricate wool. Well, Lin Xie's smile froze all of a sudden. Suddenly confused. What happened while I was away just now? What exactly happened? Why has Auntie changed so much? On the way back, you're just walking in front with the bag. This made Lin Xie's heart even more uneasy. It's the vixen. Without my knowledge, what did you say to your aunt? It must be. Otherwise, how could my aunt treat me? Attitudes can change so quickly. Lin Xie's bangs covered her eyes. Walking forward with a dark face, but I ignore that he is crossing the road with you now. Creak as he raised his feet towards the zebra crossing. I hear your shout. The next second, Lin Xie only felt a tightness around her waist when he comes to his senses, only to find that it has fallen into your arms. No, it's okay. You hugged Lin Xie and asked Ye Wen with shortness of breath. Lin Xie looked at your panicked expression. Smirking, he put his hand on your cheek. Hey, Auntie, are you worried about me? Still laughing. Do you know how dangerous it was just now? You knocked the other party's head angrily. Walking at least depends on the road. Good thing I got you. What are you thinking? Yes, Auntie, you caught me. I feel the warmth in your arms. Lin Xie reluctantly grabbed your arm. I don't want to leave my aunt's arms. I want to stay like this for the rest of my life. That aunt? Can I ask you a question? What's the problem? Why did I come back? You don't want to get close to me. Do you have it? Lin Xie turned around and looked at you. Vent out the grievances just now. Am I inferior to that woman? Auntie used to let me go shopping late. But why are you avoiding me? Why did you turn your head and say nothing? Lin Xie froze in place for a moment. Did I guess right? Could it be that he really likes that woman? Lin Xie's pupils shuttled. Now, his heart is like a sharp dagger. Poke around. Red blood, watering the depths of his heart. The black seed. It hurts, Auntie. My heart hurts. You are obviously mine. Lin Xie's dilated pupils are looking at your neck. Black smile. I won't let you go. No matter what you do, you can't escape. Because we are one. Think of this. He put his finger lightly on your neck. Just as his nails were about to press, you look back at Lin Xie. Xiaoxi, is what you said today true? I said, what did I say? Lin Xie was slightly stunned. The dark eyes just now dissipated a lot. Is that you want a brother? Lin Xie blinked. I don't understand what you want to express. Suddenly, he remembered the scene at the general merchandise building, and then suddenly reacted. Could it be that Auntie thought I really regarded him as my brother? Is that why you keep your distance from me? Then, Aunt, do you want a sister? Or be careful of you? Didn't expect. Lord Lingxi actually threw the problem back to himself. For a moment, the rain did not know how to answer. It took a while to close my eyes. Speak my mind. I want the creek. As soon as this sentence comes out, the corner of Lindsay's mouth outlined a good-looking arc. I'm thin with my hands around you. I want my aunt too. Just when the misunderstanding between the two is resolved, a dissatisfied voice came from behind. Hey, the green light is on, get out of the way. And you all came together at the same time. Just found out, the people around them all had a strange look in their eyes. Look at yourself. Sorry, everybody. So you hurriedly pulled Lin Xie? The little hand of the night left here in a hurry. The entrance of the high-end villa on the other side. Miss, here we are. The bodyguard driving the car is not finished. I heard the door slam. Ruyan Liu had already slammed the door and left. What's wrong with Miss Strange today? Isn't it fine in the morning? As the smart password door opens, Ruyan Liu buried her head and walked in. Then I walked all the way into my bedroom. Spread on the bed, after a while there was a slight whimpering. Why? Obviously I met Chu Yijun first. Obviously I came first. Liu Ruyan recalls the first time I met you. It's in the bar in my store. Originally, he came to the store to taste new products. I happened to meet you who came to look for a part-time job. Just seeing you for the first time, there was a sense of possessiveness in his eyes. Then Liu Ruyan used some means. With high solid treatment, I became a waiter at a bar with you. After a period of understanding, his love for you is even stronger, but suffering from his own identity, so much so that he dared not reveal his heart. Until Lin Xie appeared. Lin Xie is all you if you don't appear. It should be me who is so close to Chu Yijun. You stole my Chu Yijun. Ruyan Liu's silver teeth bit her lower lip. Due to too much force, there was a bite on the lip. Blood trickled down his lips. Ruyan Liu licked the blood from her mouth. He, who was originally melancholy, seemed to have changed a person. His eyes also became sharp and terrifying. It turns out that the smell of blood is not bad. If it was Chu Yijun, it must be very fragrant. Ruyan Liu sat up from the bed. The tears in the corners of my eyes have long dried up. Those empty eyes seem to have been taken away. The soul is only a terrifying sheath left. Then Chu Yijun, I really want to taste your blood. It's going to be delicious. Ruyan Liu stayed in place. His head took a 90-degree turn. He looked at the teenager in the photo frame on the desk next to him. That was when you were on the 9th. It was captured by Liu Ruyan, looking at you in the picture, face customers with a professional smile. His eyes became clear for a moment. Then he walked slowly to the desk. Hold the photo frame in your hand. Mouth slightly open, looking at you in the photo, trembling. Don't leave me, okay? I obviously haven't asked you out for dinner yet. Go shopping for school, and so on and so forth. The fantasies in my mind instantly turn into bubbles. When looking at the photo, there is one more person next to you. It was Lin Xie who I met today. Collapse at this moment, Ruyan Liu suddenly froze. The photo frame in my hand also fell to the ground. After a long time, in a dark bedroom, then came a long voice. Chu Yijun really wants to eat your aunt. I want to eat the cake in your hand. Lin Xie looked at the cake that you bit into. Lick your lips. Xiaoxi, don't you have one exactly like mine? But I just want to eat what Auntie has in your hands. Finally, under the attack of Lin Xie's eyes, you will still. The cake in his hand was exchanged with Lin Xie. What a great time Lin Xie dragged her cheek with one hand, chewing like a hamster. If you look carefully, he bit into the exact gap you took. Auntie, will you still go to work in a part-time place? Lin Xie is sitting on the sofa looking at you. Nono asked. Probably not. After all, school starts in a few days. I see. Lin Xie nodded with confidence. Auntie, if I want to get into your school, what requirements do you want? Creek, I remember correctly, your age is already about to take the exam, but I haven't been to school since I got in the exam. The school was due to a sudden change at that time. He has been staying at home, so much so that it is only a temporary student status. That stream can work hard. Strive to be admitted to Kunkan Book School next academic year. Next school year means waiting a full year. Yes, after all, Xiaoxi, are you one level younger than me? Maybe you will still be my junior sister in the future. Hear this. Lingxi looks at you unwillingly. The year she's afraid she won't be able to spy on you will be taken by a woman like Liu Ruyan. Auntie, I want to get into Kunkan. Okay, so you reach out and you touch Lingxi's head. he said with a smile. As long as Xiaoxi has this idea, I will definitely teach you everything. Then my previous school must be busy. Of course, yeah. If you don't go to school again, be careful, and your school status will be erased. How could this be? Lin Xie lowered her head melancholy. Just as he was still thinking, I won't see you for a long time. You gently replied that it doesn't matter. Our school, aside from being a bit strict in terms of teaching, school is still early. I'll come pick you up, Xiaoxi. Oh, really? Lin Xie clenched her fists after hearing your words. Raised his head excitedly, of course. After all, do you have a lot of free time in college? Xiaoxi will stay at school for a while after class. I followed. But will Auntie be too tired? You can't keep sleeping on the sofa every day, can you? But the layout of the house only has one bedroom. Really can't. Why don't you ask the landlord grandma? Do you have 2 bedrooms and 1 living room? Don't wait to finish. Lin Xie severely refused to. That's too expensive. I don't agree with that. And then it changed. Delicate, pulling your clothes and pulling. In fact, my aunt and I share the same bed. I wouldn't mind either.
Looking at Lin Xie with a blush on her face.
Your heart is also starting to get restless. But when you pay attention, looking at Lin Xie's dodging eyes, you smiled and waved your hand at the stream. He's such a nice girl. His flustered appearance can be seen at a glance. Always think of yourself. Maybe he's testing me. But in fact, the reason why Ling Xi is also flustered is because if Auntie really agrees, will share a bed with me. How can he not? In case of awakening, enjoy him. What a hassle. Or go to certain places and buy some gadgets. But if you are found out, something will definitely happen, right? Well, what exactly do you do? Don't worry, Xiaoxi. The sofa can actually accommodate me. You can rest assured. You patted Lin Xi's head and said in relief. Watching the blush on Lin Xi's face gradually dissipate, I can't help but feel, and sure enough, my guess was correct. If you agree, it will make it difficult for Xiaoxi. Fortunately, there is no lightning. It's getting late. That's all for today. Xiaoxi, rest early. Flower fall. You start tidying up the couch for sleep at night. What you need. On the side, Lin Xi pouted and nodded. Okay, Yi. Good night. It was quite a while after the lights went out. Suddenly, a message came from the silent living room. Slight door opening sound. Immediately after. Then he heard the voice of Cuckoo Zhaojuan coming from the sofa. The next second, Lin Xie got into your bed. When Zhengyu reported you with a murmur, but I saw you with your head facing the sofa. Turn around. Suddenly, Lin Xie was so scared that she didn't dare to come out of the atmosphere, looking at the man who almost put his face to his own. Lin Xie held her breath and stayed in place. But fortunately, maybe you slept too deeply. I didn't notice Lin Xie at all. Joined his own room. He covered his mouth with one hand and breathed hot air. Try not to let your actions wake you up in front of you. But just watching you sleep, he is already restrained. I can't stop the restlessness in my heart. Eventually, his sanity was completely lost. In order not to cause a fire, Lin Xie had to force herself to calm down. Then he whispered, "Ah Yi. I'm going to put out the fire. I'll be back in a minute." Then he braved love in his eyes. Fumbling for the edge of the sofa and sliding down, looking back at you deeply. The backstabber walked towards the bathroom. I'm thirsty, you're sleeping, frowning, talking vaguely. After a while, I slowly opened my eyes. It was pitch black. Your first time, started looking for the phone behind the pillow. But just then, a voice came from the bathroom. Who caught your attention? You yell.